Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. This is a ladder match between DukeNukem and Patchy. DukeNukem, or Doom, playing Cybern as always. Turin, Patchy, playing Aeon. Map is 4-leaf clover, 10x10 map with some dead space on the outside. So just a bit smaller than the average 10x10 in feeling. Reasonably large flat open area in the middle of the map with some reclaim to take. See some orders queued up to grab that. Both players going first land. And likely second land as well. Well, let's see what happens. This is generally a good map for Aeon because of the nice big open flat space to micro your auroras in. So many places to run to with your speedy mantis. The build order on this map, there's many things you can do thanks to, well, first you have to be cognizant of the mid reclaim. You can't really give that up. That's over 1000 reclaim. You can see it's nearly 2000 reclaim. So you have to be cognizant of that and be aiming to take that, but then also you have some chunks of reclaim. This is a very important pile of reclaim you should be taking in your opening build order. Then you can see there's other bits and bobs around the map. One thing I said this is all dead space on the outside, but actually you can put stuff up here. I remember some games with Zlo, for example. We had arties up on the hills, which is very annoying to deal with. See Turin grabbing this little pile. It's mirrored on his side using some manual reclaims so that his engineer grabs it faster. And you can see he needs that boost for his build order. Without it, he would stall mass. 390 reclaimed, 200 in the bank, so important stuff here. And we have second land, third air. After the Hydro, third land for DukeNukem, so no air factory. It can be quite dangerous. Drops can be used to attempt to secure expansions, and it looks like DukeNukem is going to be in the mid a lot sooner than Turin. See, does Turin actually get anything from that? Does he get any recompense? I'm not sure he does. Well, he has 3 factories, almost his 4th now, but he's now stalling mass, needs a bit more reclaim. It seems to be quite slow expanding, I have to say. Especially considering his AC is in the base building for so long. If we look at DukeNukem, he's already grabbed these 2 mexes and some of the nearby reclaim, and he's moving on to the next ones. You can see how he gives a long order, so he doesn't have to worry about this engineer ever again once he gives this queue of orders. Unless there's a raid here, which you can see he has a lab ready to spot, then this engineer, it has its orders and it's going to work until 20 minutes into the game doing that final reclaim order. So it's things like that are important skills to actually give you time to worry about important things like microing your poor mantis against the aurora that are lurking out of radar range. 2 mantis go down there for no return. Slight damage on the aurora. Other than that, nothing gained. Patchy is lucky to still have some reclaim in mid, I have to say. Probably should get 0 of this reclaim considering how late he was, but DukeNukem was not too particular about grabbing it all, and so left some for Turin, which is a bit of a mistake, but still, majority went to DukeNukem, and his build order is just overall superior by the looks of it. More mass, more power income, More power reclaim as well. Actually not insignificant. There are 3 groups here, which you can take. That's why the build order is so can be quite complicated on this map. Because if you choose to use those 3 groups and the patches of reclaim, that's also why you should never have idle engineers, because there's natural reclaim on virtually every map. One way to balance your economy is, am I stalling mass? Well, then I take the engineers which are assisting factories and just put them on patrol or attack move to go reclaim, and instead add to my resources rather than spend them. DukeNukem is going T2 land, and I like the move from Turin. This move is very powerful on this map, to move into these T2 these two T1 mexes, these 2 mexes, and cover the choke where all the units are going to come out of you. I mean, it's going to take far longer to run all the way around, and it blocks units coming out, kills reinforcements, denies 2 mexes. So this aggressive AC move is actually very powerful, obviously risky. You can die doing it. It can be dangerous, but you see often the player moves to one side to grab these mexes and get PD and whatever, which can give you a chance to move past them, ignore them, kill their reinforcements, and then they're in a very dangerous position, cut off from reinforcements, and between your army and your ACU. So I think this is a very strong move at the start of the game. Turin didn't get too much out of it there that time though, so he did kill the 2 mexes though. That's significant. They haven't been rebuilt, and they won't be for a while. There's not even engineers sent. On the right, Turin trying to sneak these little engineers past, and Doom sort of forgot about these mexes. He may go back for them now, but he should be able to take out the engineers, and he has his factory here, so he can expand in this direction. This is going to be what he's aiming to grab, and Turin will have to work on this side, most likely. Now, Doom in a tricky spot here. Turin with the unit advantage because Doom has gone for T2 land. And so this is a window for Turin to attack the commander, and it's nice that he has a small army with him, but more importantly, this PD, which should buy him enough time to get some T2 tanks out. So maybe Turin right here and now could be again taking this position right now. That could be a good move, and it would be difficult for Doom to react to that. He would have to send his commander and force Turin away. Some units being lost. Aurora in the wrong position. Doom reacts and looks like he has killed off those engineers and should be able to secure a lot of mass here. Look at... oh, Turin going for a second air factory right now. While Doom has a T2 mechs. Not upgrading anymore. Still, so yeah, this is quite bad to be so slow on these mechs, I have to say. And he actually is sneaking a little sneaky NG over here as well to grab some mass. He's not going to have that for too long. Still, Doom is split. His T2 tanks down here, very vulnerable to overcharge. His T1 commander potentially vulnerable, but pretty safe. He has a decent enough army in this PD, so should be okay. Turin, you can see, trying to grab the reclaim. Should continue making engineers to reclaim all this stuff around your base. There's quite a lot in here to take, and Doom actually doing a much better job cleaning his side. That's impressive. Look at that. So smooth. Turin really wants to put on the pressure here. I don't think he's going to be able to. He may get an overcharge in on the PD. That's going to be needed to take it down in good time. Those ACUs actually hitting the PD there. Interesting that the walls did, you can see, didn't seem to block almost any damage, although they do have regen, so that masked some of it. But Turin takes out the PD, but he is going to be forced back. Doom has a bit more HP on the commander, and the T2 tanks are moving in. Needs to be careful they don't get overcharged. Let's see if Turin has... No, he does not have overflow, and he also does not have a storage, which is unsurprising considering he has 2 air factories. So what will he do with his air that he has been building up? Well, thanks to this nice radar, he can see how much is here, and it looks quite similar to what he has. These rhinos are going to do massive damage because there is no overcharge, and Doom doesn't know that, so he's a bit afraid. But that actually, Turin would die there. In fact, I'm like, for sure with 4 rhinos, if he comes after that ACU there, Turin would die. But Turin is safe for now, knowing that, well, he can guess that the T2 tanks probably aren't going to come after him because of the danger of overcharge. He could easily overcharge 2 rhinos, and then it looks a lot worse for Doom. But that was potentially very dangerous. You can see Turin just in full retreat mode. Without overcharge, you can't fight the army that Doom has. T2PD set up outside the base of Doom. No more mexes yet still. I think he should be aiming for T2P gen. Oh, he's quite behind on his power, and it's really hurting him. This Hydro should be finished quickly by the surrounding engineers. Turin has got his own T2 mechs up now, and he's going to T2 land. He's going to make some obsidians. Unit you don't often see, because generally the maps are not suited towards that. You can get to T3 quickly, and so that is the main goal of the AL player, rather than essentially wasting time on the T2. Get to the harbs, which are so fast, so deadly in the early T3 stage. They really shine, as they can run past any T2 army, and also, well, kill it very easily, and do a lot of damage to economy. But he is going to mix in some T2. Doesn't have so much mass on this map that he can easily rush T3 land. So we have the range gun, and we have walls coming up. He's afraid of the army. We have so many pauses. Not sure what's happening. Turin with the range. That's going to help him a lot. He still has no overflow. Ah, there we go. T2P gen is complete. Now these rhinos are a lot worse than they were 2 or 3 minutes ago. And the army of rhinos does not look so good right now. DukeNukem has a nice army, but where are they able to do damage? DukeNukem, his commander itself, has no upgrade to battle the Aeon range gun. And we have mexes coming up now, and Doom is beginning his upgrade. The gun upcoming. We have a difficulty of map control and vision on this side. Mexes being captured. Traitor. There they go. These 2 mexes are not being mirrored by Doom here. And we can see, in terms of T2 mechs, it's pretty similar. Oh, Doom needs to finish these before he goes on this massive power mass stall. So you can see how slow they're going. Dangers of the mass stall. Mechs upgrades suffer, as do all the other upgrades like this. This is the thing, you know, prioritize your projects. We have a lot of build power in T2 P-Gen, while there's mechs is all almost finished, and we're also making the gun at the same time. It's not really ideal. at all. Mobile shield for Turin. He has the power to support that. You can see it costs only 75 power. It's pretty nice. And this large army of rhinos. Oh, PD. The mortal enemy of the rhino. The T1 PD. Effortlessly murdered that guy. And no damage done. Mass left. This base is under some pressure, but a PD again goes up. Where are the Medusa? Where's the scouting to help with the attack? It is nowhere to be found, and he's just moving in, taking shots. And it's not looking good. That's not a good attack from DukeNukem. Not the best use of his rhinos here. So, although he had a nice advantage, it seems to be slipping away, and Turin is in the ascendancy. The Aurora and the PD defending valiantly, and the rhinos just, oh, look at the dead rhinos, and now look, they surely outmatched the Aurora heavily, but he still couldn't kill the position. There's still mechs alive, so not a successful attack. Reclaim is left. Somehow there's no factory here, which I think is bad for Turin. Certainly he should have some factory in this expansion, at least one. Which would allow him to get this reclaim a lot faster and put him at a big advantage. But sending an army in behind this, one Obsidian, many Aurora scouts, some arty, anti-air, a nice mix. And Doom's commander is moving out. Oh, the rhinos are getting chewed up, absolutely destroyed. Turin using the formation move there, and it was very effective. See Doom using just a move order, and Turin was using a formation move, which you can do by pressing control and then giving a move order. Or you can hold, you can see like this, you can hold right click and then send them, and then your units will keep formation. And that ensures that, I think that's very useful for Aurora, especially because you need them to be in a very tight group so that they can use, as many of them as possible can shoot from their maximum range at once. That's why also attacking into a stationary Aurora army is actually more difficult than attacking one that's on the move, because they will be in a tighter formation and you'll take a lot of damage. There's a lot of rhinos in the base that have not been used. Some bad rallies, and this wasted time here may be crucial, because Turin is moving to T3 land now. We should expect that from the Aeon player, so Doom should be definitely thinking about how he's going to deal with T3 land. Basically from many minutes ago, we're already 16.5 minutes in, so T3 land could easily be out already. In terms of mechs as well, we have, actually Turin is ahead. He has 6. He has still secured his expansion. Mostly, he's only now grabbing this reclaim, unfortunately for him, but he is going to grab it. Has some mechs to grab. I think he needs more engineers. Look at all the reclaim on this side. I think this should be the focus for this army, I would say. Be to try and secure this somehow. Turin trying to stay close so that he can fend off attacks in this direction. Look at this disgusting T2 radar. It's been there for so long. Even this rhino, which moved past, just walked past the T2 radar, could have killed it. He could see everything that's happening in the base. Knows how many units are going in. Knows what mechs are there, whether they're being storaged as they are here. How many factories? How many support factories? a lot of vision. And these other T1 raiders are quite good too. Now what's interesting to me is that DukeNukem has 10,000 reclaim and Turin has not even 5. Where is this reclaim coming from? This looks very clean. And that may be it. I mean, just look at Turin has all of this here and in his base. Maybe that's the big difference. Oh, a big overcharge. 3 rhinos going down to Turin's powerful. He only has the range gun in fact, so overcharges all the damage this guy has really. No speed gun. But now the T3 is finished and we have a sniper bot out. And it's taking pot shots at Doom's commander, which is very vulnerable. Doesn't even have stealth, just has the gun. With the stealth at least it would be more difficult to micro, because if you want to move back you will lose vision and you won't be able to actually target the commander without using some air. And Doom is being forced back, each shot doing 1000 damage. There's 2 sniper bots now, though one is a bit idle. We have now Harbs coming out behind that. Finally some Medusa dispatched to deal with this nuisance. But Doom is on the run here. He is on the run. And he is moving to T3 himself, but he's quite far behind. We have 2, 3, 4 T3 units already out before Doom is 50% on his upgrade. So what can we expect? Well, expect these sniper bots to continue pushing him away. Look at that, he was on full HP. It's now below 4,500. Takes refuge under the shield. Needs some upgrade on that. The first shield upgrade for the Cybern is very useful. Quite efficient. You see, it's quite cheap. It does increase, does double the cost of maintaining the shield. But still very useful. You have some MML battles going on between the Evensong and the Viper. So the shields may not last too long, even if they do go up versus sniper bots and Evensong's MMLs. But T3 land is complete. Now what can be done in this scenario? The Harbs are going to be, well, they're going to be vicious. Where are they going to come from? We have to be careful of drops. Now one thing you can't really do, oh look at that, I think what I missed here is this T1 transport dropping a Harb across this gap. I was just about to say this is one drop you cannot stop. It's just not possible unless you have complete air domination. And this Harb's gonna run and kill everything. There's nothing that can stop it. There's no T2 air from Doom. Only T3 land and T2 land obviously. Oh, a bomber going after his sniper bot. Lands all of its damage, but still the bot survives. Has enough to survive a bomb from any one T1 bomber. This Harb just destroying. See, one of the best things about the Harb is that it one-shots all T1 tanks. 300 damage per shot. And Doom is in full retreat, but he does not know how to deal with these sniper bots. Really, what he could do here, he could send. See, the problem is this mobile shield is on him. I think he could push this, not with his commander. Surely he may get in danger of being forced or being focused, but he could use the MMLs versus this, target the snipers. What he really needs is some, well, T2 air would be fantastic, and also Trebs, T3 RT, have the range to deal with sniper bots from under some shields. So if he can keep building shields, get some Trebs under there, he can take out and deal with the sniper bots. But looking slightly lost. What is the plan? I don't see a reaction to the sniper bots really. And we do see a reaction to the harb. A brick being dropped on top of the harb. That's dangerous. With micro, the harb can win. Can't dodge a lot of shots, but in this case, the brick is going to win. He actually has stayed in range. The harb has moved out of range, or perhaps lost vision, and the harb is going to go down. But the expansion is still dead from Doom, while Turin is unmolested and has actually grabbed all the reclaim that was there. Doom's still ahead on reclaim, despite that fact. We have T3 units building up, and also now a range and shield commander. So only the first shield, 8,000 more HP, but that's scary. And we have 4 sprite strikers, sniper bots, and only 4 bricks for Doom, 24 rhinos. Well, I think the story of this game for me so far is the rhino army. Just so many rhinos were built and they really did not achieve much at all. Now maybe they had some chances to, but there was some idle time in the base. There was also lack of supporting Medusa, which means they got stopped by T1 PDs. So the rhinos have not proved their worth, and now we have moved past the stage where they're really any force to be reckoned with, and Turin has this devastating mix of sniper bots supported by harbs, more harbs than Doom has bricks, and it's a scary proposition. Let's look at the sniper bots. Look at the range. They can basically hit anything in the central arena, and now the army is split. We have an army down here split from the supporting reinforcements, and it looks very dangerous for Doom. Oh, and look at this, T3 mechs. So Turin can feel that he is in a very dominating position right now, and he just takes that advantage and puts it in his back pocket for later. T3 mechs, and now he can go back to making more units. He's going to control air, and he's going to basically control every aspect of the game until his opponent is squeezed out completely. I mean, what can be done? He has to take out the sniper bots. If the sniper bots die, this is much better for Doom, and it allows him to actually move around, get his army back together in the correct positions and grouped up. Oh, another harb is dropped. The transport just dropped in time, and another brick dispatch. So again, fast reactions from Doom. He's doing very well, and he has also moved to T2 air. Now he's going after these harbs, which is a good idea because they're right next to him. Now has Turin, I think Turin is stalling power there. His shield's blinking on and off, but really what these Corsairs have to deal with are the sniper bots. That has to be their primary mission. With 4 bricks here, you can move on to other targets. Let's see where are the sniper bots, and oh, look at that, the shields are blinking on and off. There is a chance there to take these out. We also could see some again, the Trebs, the T3 RT are very good. One shell from a Treb can kill all of these once the shields are brought down. Now we have more mobile shields moving in to protect these guys. That's probably why we had the the power stall, because of these mobile shields. And look at this, he can't do anything. Just has to run away from this. Now he could potentially push after this army, but rhinos are quite slow. Sniper bots are pretty quick. Still have 7 harbs around. Not too many harbs after this good fight for Doom. He can grab this reclaim, but problem for Doom is that T3 mechs. This advantage paid forward is just gets better and better with age. Takes many minutes for a T3 mechs to pay off. Something like 4 to 5 minutes, I believe. Although don't quote me on that. Doom now saying, "Oh my god, this is so OP." Well, Turin's using them very well, I have to say. Something used well can definitely look pretty OP. And now the air moving in, there's a lot of air. And that's a lot of swift ones as well. I think Turin's being a bit too safe. He could be a bit more crushing. Could certainly be using this air advantage a lot more. He's doing what he can, killing the easy stuff over here on the right. And now Doom doesn't even have vision in the front of his base, so sniper bots are advancing and advancing. Corsairs are going to be sent, hopefully not into that cloud, no. But the transport was lost carrying a brick. It's a bad loss, and now Cyberbot's walking the whole way into the base. Doom steps forward and realizes his grave mistake, perhaps, or perhaps he asking for death. And look at that. Sniper bots crushing. GG. I was mostly tempted to cast this because of a comment on my channel about how Aeon never wins. Well, that's one way to play Aeon. And you can see the options they have. Not easy to deal with the range of things that an Aeon can do. Requires specific reactions. Generally, you have to know what needs to be done, but Doom was not able to deal with the sniper bots, and they absolutely destroyed him. Controlled so much area as well as doing significant damage. Look at this one, for example, 3,100 massive damage. Sniper bot is about 600-700 mass. Not sure exactly how much. Yeah, 640 mass, so very effective. And controlling all that space, pushing Doom back into his base, allowed the easy zero risk T3 mechs to go up, and from there Turin had the game by the balls. So GG, well played Turin. This will inspire some Aeon players, and RIP Cyber and Scum. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one.